On Valentine's Day 2019, a local attorney completed a 600-mile journey from the Florida-Georgia line to Key West in 9 days. He raised $25,000 for Boys and Girls Clubs of Polk County. We will talk with club officials to see what he has planned for this year. That and all the details are coming up next on Polk Place. Hello, I'm your host, Tricia Pichette, and joining me today is Steve Giordano, the CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Polk County. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Tricia. Happy to be here again.
Now, you're about to go through a major expansion, aren't you?
Well, you know, we have 7 clubs currently that serve over 2,000 at-risk youth in Polk County. And we always say that the community decides where we go. The community is decided that we need a new location in Bartow, and the need is there. When you look at the numbers, it's consistent with our other clubs.
Oh. And
the school board has stepped up and has offered us Gibbon Street Elementary. And so we've just begun the fundraising for our 8th location. We hope to be open there in June of this year. So we have a goal at the Boys and Girls Club of Polk County since we merged, and we serve currently just over 2,000. And there's 55,000 at-risk kids in Polk County. So we're serving such a small number, and we figured to really serve the community, we need to reach more of them. Now there's probably 55,000 at-risk kids in Polk County. We have a goal in the next 5 years of reaching 10,000 of them.
Wow.
So we're going to have to expand and get new clubs, and the more we can do that by using public facilities, the less we have to grow our fixed costs, which means more money goes to the kids.
Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, 10,000, that's a really aggressive, optimistic goal. I mean, what are some of the things that you do for the kids at these facilities?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked, Trish, because I think people have a general idea of what we do, and in terms of the programs that Boys and Girls Clubs of America has shared with us and that we've developed organically, locally, there's a lot more going on than you might imagine. I think the best way to sum it up is to kind of revisit a conversation a single mom had with me when she was talking to me about her daughter. And she said, you know, before we found the Boys and Girls Club, I couldn't get after-school care, and we couldn't afford it. And I was scared that I'd lose my job because I took so many days off. I found the Boys and Girls Club, and now, for free, my daughter attends there. And it used to be when we get her home, we'd have to struggle to do the homework and get a meal, and just, it's time for bed already, and it was always a fight. Now I get her home, she's done her homework, she's had some exercise, she's learned a little bit about money and how to manage your own checkbook. She is fed a hot meal, and she comes home, and for the first time, and I can't remember when, we have a real conversation. That's what the Boys and Girls Clubs do for us.
Wow. So what would be the just choose an average day? A child comes into one of the Boys and Girls Club. What can they expect?
So I always know it's a good club when I see the kids running into the entrance. And,
yeah, that's a good sign.
To be there, and even though the first hour is our power hour, which is homework, and so if you don't have homework, we're going to have you focus on the subject that's giving you the most trouble. We've got great tutors and volunteers there, and so the first hour is power hour. And then there's triple play. We're going to go out and we're going to play, you know, dodgeball or kickball. And then even the other games we play are going to involve the social contract, because you're going to not be in front of a TV just looking at video games. You're going to be playing pool or foosball with another kid, and you're going to talk about the day. And so, and of course, at all of our Boys and Girls Clubs, by next month, we'll be serving hot meals. Currently, we serve them in West Polk.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. And I mean, I bet for some kids that's probably the only hot meal they get in that day.
Sadly, that is the case, and it's a time of the day that you know, they're running on empty, and we get them just around dinner time, and our parents really appreciate it because they've had a hectic day. You know, about you know, our customer typically is a single parent. 40% of the Polk families are run by a single parent, and so their days are hectic enough, and we're delighted that we can just make their day just a little easier and serve the whole kid.
Nice. Now, this is a wonderful program. How does the average person help? Are there opportunities to donate?
Yeah, we as I said, the community decides, and we have our website, bgcpolk.org, where we not only get donations, but we have our events listed. You know, we have, depending on the year, 7 to 12 events. This next weekend we're having Smoke on the Water, which is an event that is very big. Folks in Winter Haven know it for years. It's a big barbecue and music fest, and it's a lot of fun, and all the proceeds from that go to Boys and Girls Clubs of Polk. Last week we all volunteered, about 40 of us, at Pig Fest, and some of those proceeds go there. So we have events, but listen, I just was speaking to a board member who gives often to us, and he was saying, you know, what types of contributions are you grateful for? $5 a week I'm grateful for, because that enables us to get it all to the kids.
Now, let's talk for a minute about the attorney Dale Jacobs.
Yeah.
He's from Lakeland.
He is, and he's involved with Summit, who's helped us over the years, a wonderful partner of ours, and we have a couple of board members who work for Summit or have worked for Summit. And of course, Dale is, if you've never met him, and we got to get him on the program because he is a delightful, energetic 70-something-year-old. I always forget if it's 72 or 73. But last year, he rode from the Georgia-Florida line to Key West, and let all his friends, and he had a GoFundMe page, all his friends and former co-workers know, and he raised $25,000 for the Boys and Girls Club last year. And this year we met with him again, and we said, what do you got going on this year? And he says, you know, I think I'm going to go to South Africa, and there's a 68-mile ride, and it's a mountainous ride, and it's, you know, brutally hot, and he's going to do it in under 7 hours to qualify. And if he does, it'll be just another notch in his belt. But he said, what do you need the money for now? We said, well, we're going to open a new club in Bartow. And he says, fine, whatever I raise, you know, let's put it to Bartow. So he's got another GoFundMe page, which you can reach at our website again.
Oh,
and
excellent.
You'll read a little bit about Dale. And there's also a great video that one of our alumni posted about how important the Boys and Girls Club are to him. And I think it's a great watch. I encourage everybody to go there and take a look at it. And if you weren't thinking about giving before, hopefully you'll think about giving after.
Well, there's a lot going on your website. I'm going to take a look. I mean,
Excellent.
And it's nice that there are so many different types of things going on. You more or less have an event that appeals to everyone.
You know, it's probably too many events that we have, because, you know, when you are blessed with a community like Polk County, you have to be careful of donor fatigue, and, you know, going out too often and say, hey, now it's a golf outing, and now it's this, and one of our goals is to kind of optimize the events and minimize them, so we have fewer with maybe a greater return for the kids. And that way we, you know, all of the generous people who basically we survive with their help on, they don't have to give so often, but they can have fewer events, maybe even better events.
Yeah.
And that's our goal this year.
But please, just for people like me, I mean, there are people that I would like to donate to. They only do golf events, so
Right.
I'm constantly, you know,
Yeah.
looking for the best way to contribute. And yet, you know, even appearances at Pig Fest, that's helpful, because now there are people there who happen to see you, and, you know, they might not go to a golf event, but you're there, and they have the opportunity to donate.
One of the wonderful things about Pig Fest, which is a spectacular event, really well run, is that most of our 40 volunteers were the parents whose kids go to our clubs.
No kidding.
Yeah, and you just have a wonderful time, or at least I did, driving around a golf cart with them, bringing them to their spots, and having them tell you their personal stories. And you're thankful because they're there at 6:45 in the morning, and they're not being paid; they're just showing up. It was cold last week, and they say things like, "Don't thank me. Yeah, you guys have taken care of 3 of my kids. My kids would not be where they are. Our family would not be where they are." And you're just humbled by how dedicated they are to the movement. I mean, they bleed blue just like I do, and so we're very, very lucky. We have a phenomenal board. We have phenomenal parents and kids and staff, and so we're very lucky. That's why a goal of 10,000 kids doesn't seem that big when you have so much support that we have.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you very much for coming. It was
Thank you
very
for having
interesting,
me.
and we wish you the best.
Thank you so
much.
much.
What a wonderful cause.
We appreciate you guys too. Thank you.
Lakeland attorney Dale Jacob has scaled Kilimanjaro, walked among lions, gone across country on motorcycle, run with the bulls, and rode from Georgia to the Florida Keys to benefit the Boys and Girls Clubs of Polk County. Now he is ready to endure the high peaks of the Argus 109K cycle tour in Cape Town, South Africa, to benefit their newest club in Bartow. The 73-year-old will attempt a 68-mile jaunt through the rugged, mountainous terrain with ocean views on March 8th. Mr. Jacobs hopes to raise $50,000 to assist the Boys and Girls Clubs in creating a unit in Bartow, a first for the agency that currently serves some 2,000 kids at 7 units in Haines City, Lakeland, Lake Wales, Mulberry, and Winter Haven. For more information on how you can contribute to his efforts, give them a call at 863-686-1719 or look them up on the web at www.bgcpolk.org.